G'day, it's Pete here and I'm back for day 3 report from the APBF. So we're going to look at the results from Australia and New Zealand, but before we do, the view graph schedule today, we've got the New Zealand versus Singapore match in the Open at 12:30, and at 3 o'clock we have Australia B playing Taipei in the seniors and Australia playing China Hong Kong in the Open. So a couple of view graph matches there for both teams, but let's jump in and have a look at how everyone was doing. So here we're looking at the results from day 3, and if you want to keep up to current results, we're now up to Open round 9 or Seniors round 12. So the Seniors play more matches. The ladies have also finished their first round robin, so we'll get a look at how they've done overall in the first round. Okay, so in the mixed, it was a bit of a poor day for Australia. We had 2 heavy losses, unfortunately, but then we got to redeem ourselves with a pretty decent win over the top team. So we had a redeeming feature, but we suffered a couple of heavy losses, which put us back in the middle of the pack. New Zealand had a bye, but they also managed to have just a small loss against China, which is actually a strong team that I'm just waiting for them to climb up the ranks. But also, they had a massive win over India. They got won by 60 imps, so fantastic result there, popping them up the ladder there a bit. Then in the seniors, New Zealand had a massive win over China. They got to beat China, which was a fantastic result, knocking off the top team there, and they also beat Singapore. Australia A managed to beat Singapore B, and Australia B managed to beat Japan. So not a great day for the seniors overall, but a couple of good wins there anyway. Then into the ladies. So this is the final standings after the first round robin. So this is a good estimate of how you think you'd be going. So it looks like both New Zealand and Australia in sort of the middle of the pack at the moment after the first round robin, but hopefully they've got 2 more round robins to go, so hopefully they can prop themselves up a bit and get a few more good wins on the board. But Australia finished the round robin off with a big win over Singapore, and New Zealand managed to beat Indonesia, so that was a good way to finish the round robin for both teams. But they also had 1 more match, and these are the current standings that they're actually at. And New Zealand just thumped India in this one. A huge 74 imp win and taking all the victory points there. So a great way to start off the round robin there. Australia also beat Korea, and New Zealand also had 1 other win. They had 2 other wins that day. They beat Hong Kong and Indonesia. So a pretty good day for the ladies there. And then on to the Open. Australia in the top spot. They had another good day, except they're no longer undefeated. They've had 1 small loss, 8 imps against Indonesia. So they're no longer undefeated, but they're on the top of the ladder, so they're doing fantastic. And New Zealand are also having a good day. They had 2 wins, and they've propped themselves up to 3rd. So both teams are doing really well here, so good to see. So that's where the current standings are. And then a couple of hands that I wanted to pose. So one is just like there's some interesting options on a board. So East passed, South open 3 spades, and West has an interesting bidding problem. So they've got quite a good hand, but they're opposite a pass partner, and they don't have a spade stopper, but they've got 7 tricks in their hand. So some people bid 4 diamonds, some people pass, some people even tried 3 no trumps. It was our opponents that bid 3 no trumps without a spade stopper here. But some of their reasoning would probably be the opponents opened a favourable preempt, and usually what will happen is they won't have ace king queen there. So either their partner will have a stopper usually, or if North has an honour, maybe it's a singleton and the suit blocks up, which it definitely does today. But here, one issue I've got on this is that I don't have a heart card either. So from this, you need the spades to block up, and you need partner to have a heart trick, because we've got 7 tricks. We need sort of 2 from partner, and including both majors stopped. So I'm not a huge fan of 3 no trumps on this particular hand, but I really like the idea that you can actually bid 3 no here without a stopper sometimes, especially when the opponents actually make a favourable preempt where they're going to be much more aggressive. So it was a really interesting one I wanted to highlight. And then secondly, we've got an interesting bidding problem. How would your partnership bid these east-west hands? So I think ideally you want to get to 7 clubs. You're missing the jack of clubs, so it's not without some risk, but it's still quite a good contract. You've got perfect cards for 7 clubs. You're going to make any time the suit breaks 3-2. You can handle 4-1 breaks if you can guess the jack of clubs. So 7 clubs is quite a decent contract. So how would your partnership try and bid this one? Because our seniors team, Bruce, Neil and Avi can manage to bid this one all the way to 7. So that was a fantastic job by them. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this daily report. And if you've got any questions or things you want to know about, please let me know and I'll try and add them in. Anyway, thanks for watching and hope you keep supporting our teams. See ya.